and welcome to the first ever JT Unfiltered. Mom gave us permission to be able to do this kind of as a trial and error. One day, when we stop being lazy, me and Tim are thinking about doing an audio podcast, kind of like a radio show on the internet. Something that we've always thought about doing ever since we got huge into Tell 'em Steve Dave about 4 or 5 years ago. So it's kind of been a dream of ours for a while. And we thought we'd give it a test run and let you guys decide if you think it's good content or bad content. Tell us what you think. For the first one, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do 5 topics. We kind of talk about them, or if we make it through 5 topics, and see where we go from there. Okay, so let's start. Tim.
Yes.
What is your top 5 movies and why?
Well, my favorite movie is probably Zombieland, and that's the first rated R movie I got to see when I was in 13 in 2009.
Yeah. Do you remember when that guy was going to take us? He was like 16, 17 years old, and he was like, dude, I can sneak you guys in. And we ended up telling Mom, and they were like, what? No. And Dad's like, well, no, you can't. I got to go with you guys. I want to see that too.
Yeah.
And so instead of going with him, we got to go with Dad. I was like, what, 14, 15?
You would have been 15.
Was I 15?
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was awesome, yeah.
And then, next one?
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is a great movie.
That was a movie we wanted to see in theaters.
Yes.
Didn't get a chance.
They didn't advertise for it.
No, they didn't advertise it. And Edgar Wright, the director of the movie, ended up becoming one of our favorite directors. He made
Shaun of the Dead,
Hot Fuzz,
At World's End, and now Baby Driver.
Yeah, and Baby Driver, which just came out this week.
Which that real bad.
Did really well.
Yep.
I'd say other than Edgar Wright films right now, I like anything by A24.
Yeah. What was that? It Comes at Night?
Yeah, It Comes at Night just came out. John Wick.
Yeah.
All of John Wick's. And then
wait, that's A24?
That's A24.
I didn't know that.
And then also Swiss Army Man or Boy.
Yeah, I don't know
which is Daniel Radcliffe, where he's stuck on an island with this dead body. And
Daniel Radcliffe is the dead body.
Oh, he is the dead body.
Yeah.
And he's the dead body, and this guy's stuck with him, and he thinks he's alive, and so it's his best friend. And so like here's a decomposing like body that he's like strapped to him, and he's like, come on, we have to fight Avengers. It's just really stupid. It's like a dark comedy.
Luke and a dead Yoda.
Yeah. Smell I do. Okay, what's your number 3?
I'm tied between The Long Goodbye and The Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah. I think that'd be hard because those are 2 movies we just watched in less than a year and a half.
Well, the reason I'm tied is because upon the first watch, I loved The Big Lebowski more when I watched both of them for the first time. But then when I watched both of them for the second time, The Long Goodbye was way better the second time through than The Big Lebowski. So
I agree. I thought I liked The Long Goodbye a little bit better. I like the 70s tropes and like the comedy behind it was a little more interesting.
I love the fact that he's from the 40s. Philip Marlowe from the 40s wakes up in the 70s and then he's from the 40s. I think he even drives a car from the 40s.
He does, and he talks just like it. So here he is stuck in like a 70s world, and he's just a guy stuck from the 50s, 40s, 50s. I can't remember exactly because the books were written in the 30s.
Yes. I think The Long Goodbye, the book, was written in 39.
39 was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just looked it up because I was going to try to rent it from the library, but they didn't have it.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll have to get it.
Yeah.
We'll have to check it out.
That would definitely be a good read. It wouldn't be nothing like the...
No, it'll be way more serious.
Very different, yeah.
Right, because Robert Marlowe's character is a very serious, character. What was the other one he did? The Maltese Falcon or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know the name of it.
So he's a character that's been in movies, in noir-style films since the 40s. And he's just somebody that's kind of...
Almost kind of like a James Bond. Different movies, different actor.
Yep, every time. Yep. Okay, so would you count that your 3 and 4?
3 and 4 would be,
Okay, so what would be number 5?
Probably The Thing by John Carpenter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anything that John Carpenter makes to me is like perfect.
It's gold.
Yeah. He made my favorite thriller action movie of the 80s, Escape from New York with Kurt Russell.
Yep.
He made Halloween.
That one technically based in the future, but now that's like the past for us.
Yeah, it was 1999, and it was like
yeah.
the United States like fell apart, and like New York was turned into a prison. It's really cool. Lee Von Cleef, Kurt Russell. It's a fun movie. That's another one. Definitely recommend if you want something kind of 80s cheese.
Yeah, very cheesy, very 80s, and it's on Netflix.
Yep, just added.
Yeah, just added to Netflix, so should be on there for a while.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. And then but the Thing is just fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that's the only horror movie that has actually scared me.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been scared by a horror movie in a general sense. Jumps, I have jumped just from cheap.
I hate jump scares.
Yeah, it's like a cheap thrill.
Yeah.
It's not really horrifying.
For me, jump scares aren't like, they don't scare me.
Yeah, it's just like loud music. It's like, boo! And just
like, oh, how you got me.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next topic. What is your dream for the future? Let's say you're looking at yourself now in 15 years. What do you hope you've accomplished?
I want to be the best programmer in the world.
Yeah?
Well, just a programmer. Video game programmer.
It's a good goal.
As long as I've programmed a video game, I'm successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good goal. I remember when I was 13, 14, I thought I'd be in a rock band, famous with like platinum records by this time.
Yeah.
That didn't
I remember that.
Yeah.
We learned guitar and you were like, you're going to be lead, I'm going to be rhythm. And it's like, okay.
When I was an angsty teenager, I used to write a lot of like lyric books. Yeah. And a couple years ago, I found them all, and they are the worst things I've ever read. I was like, oh man, this is worse than Taylor Swift.
Like my first book I ever read?
Oh my, yeah. No, but your book wasn't as bad. Like, you need to see these. Like, this is really, like, I was like trying to be emotional. I was like, I hate everything. And it's like, I don't know, like, I look back and I'm just like, that is seriously some of the stupidest stuff I've ever done. Like,
oh man.
I actually got rid of them. I was just like,
really?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want it. Like,
see,
I don't want anyone to find these.
No matter how embarrassing it is, like, I will always keep that book because it's like, I actually took the time to write it, no matter how stupid it is.
Remember when we were trying to write fan fiction for Game of Thrones? And we had that family with like the phoenix and the symbols and stuff. That was really cool.
That was cool.
That was a summer back when I was a junior or senior.
Junior or senior. The
show had just came out.
Yeah, I think it was on the second.
Yeah, something like that. It was because we started buying the seasons.
Yep.
And we were like, man, we could make a story like this. You could expand this universe.
Yeah. Which so, like, they kind of did with the game.
The Telltale?
The Telltale
game.
None of those characters were really in the actual, other than the ones from the show, but like the family was based on, they were never in the books or anything.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where 15 years from now, when you want to be one of the best coders, which I think you could do because you're really smart.
Oh, thanks.
Where do you want to work and why?
A game company called Artix Entertainment.
Artix?
They're in
Florida, right?
Florida, Tampa Bay, Florida.
Okay.
Yep.
Good area.
Yeah, definitely sunny.
I just met somebody who has family from around that area.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I guess it's Jacksonville. I don't know how close that is.
I don't either. I might be somewhat close.
Anyone know? Comment. I'm curious, and I'm too lazy to look it up on Google Maps.
We can just Google distance from...
I'm lazy. Okay, so what was the first comic that you read that made you want to become a collector? Like, there's reading it for the first time, but then one that's like, I have to collect this.
Oh, like the entire
run.
Oh man, I don't know if I've ever collected an entire run on a comic, because
you've collected miniseries.
I have, but like the first comic that made me want to start collecting comics was Daredevil Yellow, but I still only have the first 3 of those.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I could find the rest of them, but then I have like Reborn, the miniseries, all 6 issues.
Yep.
I'm working on the Sandman, but that Angela for 3, yeah, which was nice because I just got that all in one, 1, 2, 3. So
Angela was written by that Neil Gaiman that Tim's gonna go see.
Yep.
Or we're gonna go see, I guess.
Yes.
It's more exciting for you.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, yes! Like, I'm like, I can't wait to see it, but you're like, diehard, like, I gotta get something signed.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't lost any sleep yet.
No?
Not yet.
You think you're going to?
Probably.
Would you freak out if you met him?
Yes. Yeah.
You want me to take a picture?
Yes.
If I charged you $5 for that picture?
Sure.
Okay. Remember that, $5 for a picture.
Oh, man.
Okay, so realistically or sarcastically, who are your favorite athletes?
Okay, realistically, but also a joke, is Odell Beckham Jr. because he's crazy, but he's awesome. So, yeah.
If you guys ever want to know about Odell Beckham, look up his romance with his
field goal
post.
Yeah, it's the thing that kickers use to practice field goals, like to warm up. I can't remember what they're called.
He has a relationship story with it, and everyone says it's funnier than Twilight, or better than Twilight.
Yes.
And he even proposed to it after a touchdown score. It's hilarious.
Yep. And then there was some domestic violence. It hit him back.
Yeah, it literally, when he was so mad he didn't score a touchdown.
Yeah,
he punched it.
He took his helmet and hit it with his helmet.
And it came back at him.
Yeah, it fell on his head. Oh, how he hit the goalpost, and they became in a domestic, violent relationship. But I hear they're working on it. They're working things out. So I'm rooting for them. They can make it. That's my celebrity. You know, people have those celebrity couples that they follow.
I heard they call them ships.
Yes, they ship them. Yeah, yeah.
I'd never heard that term until just recently.
Really?
Yeah, I've never heard of that. And people are like, "Oh, I ship people." And
yeah,
I'm like,
people do that in anime. Oh. Characters that aren't necessarily couples in the show, they're like, I ship them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, that's my celebrity couple that I follow is Odell and his goal.
That's awesome.
How many did you say?
Any? I didn't.
Oh, just my favorites. Probably Johnny Manziel, because he is the greatest football player ever. No one can convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard from the Spurs, just because he elbows LeBron in the face.
That's a horrible reason.
That's how it started, and then I'm like, that's amazing. He's not afraid to actually hit the golden boy of NBA, and then it's like, oh wait, he's actually an amazing player. So then I just followed him, and now De'Aaron Fox, the first pick of the Sacramento Kings.
Nice.
Yes.
Yep. Me and Tim. Well, I was a Kings fan first.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Tim watched
way before me.
Yeah. And then we watched the NBA draft this year, and Tim's semi-favorite player in the draft.
He was my favorite
in the draft, but you've never seen him in college.
No. Well, no. I guess I heard of him from you, but he accidentally became my favorite. He's a guy who in college he did one-on-one basically against Lonzo Ball, who, if you don't know who Lonzo Ball is, he's gotten a lot of
attention from his dad.
Yeah, his dad's a loudmouth, and he's put a lot of pressure on him. But when they faced in college, De'Aaron Fox, he just ran circles around him, and it wasn't even a competition. No. And I didn't know that watching the draft. I just saw him, and he has an afro. I like his hair. I'm like, that dude's my new favorite.
I'm pretty excited. I think it's this weekend. The Kings summer team is going to face the Lakers summer team. So Lonzo and De'Aaron is going to be facing off again, which will be kind of cool.
That'll be great.
I want to see that.
Yeah. But then when he got drafted, because the Kings were on the clock, and I'm like, they're going to pick up my boy. And then sure enough, that's who they drafted, and I'm like, I am now a Kings fan. And then I stole your hat.
Yeah, he stole my hat, so whatever. Okay, so doesn't matter, no number. Mm-hmm. What is the most meaningful bands to you, and why?
Well, I make fun of them a lot, but Avenged Sevenfold would be one of them, just because they're the band that got me into metal music. Mm-hmm. Technically, them and Under Oath, but I mean, as of recent, Avenged Sevenfold. But now they don't make good music, so I make fun of them a lot.
Yeah.
Mastodon, just because they're Mastodon.
Mm. We almost got to go to a concert.
I almost got to. You did.
Yeah, I did.
what happened was the morning of, did I throw up? Or
you threw up.
Yeah, I threw up, and I'm like, oh no. And then
this was right after the Colorado trip, like a couple months. You threw up again.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just have, when I'm going on vacation, my stomach is just like, nope. But yeah, so I didn't get to go to that, but I want to real bad. Or I want to go see them live at some point. And another band, probably Anthrax, because they're the first of the big four that got me into thrash metal.
Yeah.
They're the first band that got me into thrash metal, so definitely Anthrax.
Didn't you say their concerts are kind of rough though?
Yeah, they're a band that I could never go see live because people do like mosh pits, especially because they have a song called "Stuck in a Mosh."
Oh, yeah.
So people mosh pit, and if you don't know what mosh pitting is, the crowd just goes in a circle and like basically beats each other up. They like push and shove.
There's no reason for it.
There's no reason
people
for
get
it.
hurt.
I don't get it. But people have said, don't expect to go to an Anthrax concert unless you plan on getting a bruise. Someone broke his toenail. He was wearing sandals, and someone stepped on his toe and broke his toenail. I mean, the people are rough.
When I went to that Mastodon concert, there was a
mosh pit.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh.
Dad noticed it because Dad went with me with Timmy's ticket because Tim couldn't go. So Dad took me down to Dallas because that's like a 4-hour trip.
Yeah.
They didn't want me going by myself. But yeah, that was, I didn't even notice, but I guess it was a small one going. I don't know how they got it because it was at the Gas Monkey Live.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that like a smaller?
It was a smaller venue, definitely. I wouldn't say it was one of the bigger concert halls or anything. Not like the one we're gonna be at.
Well, I mean, based on the pictures that you showed, it wasn't like overly big.
No, it wasn't. It was cool, definitely.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I'd go back to Gas Monkey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be cool. It would be pretty neat to go to the Gas Monkey for the Neil Gaiman one because it's more like close, but this one's like an opera house. Mm-hmm. So it's like gonna be huge. So I'll be watching the screen and seeing an ant on the stage. Yeah. Maybe if the tickets were like $60 a piece,
oh my goodness,
up closer.
Tickets are getting so expensive.
Yeah.
We wanted to go to the, if you know what UFC is, which is it's a sport. It's a fighting sport, kind of like boxing.
Mixed martial arts.
Yep. We wanted to go to the Dallas event, but it was like
which was in the Cowboy Stadium, right?
Yes, it was at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. I can't remember what it's called.
No, not Joe Louis.
No,
that's what it is.
But it was like over $200 for seats all the way in the back. And
yeah.
I told Tim, I'm like, we could buy pay-per-view for that cheaper than that.
Yeah, and get better. Like we could see it better.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to be. The Dallas Cowboy has that really cool camera.
The giant, yeah,
that jumbotron.
Yeah. Because I mean, being from we saw the Lions when the Lions played. The seats weren't too bad. We were never like up close, like super close, and even then the seats weren't bad. But for UFC, 2 guys in a cage, like it'd be way harder. Than like watching how many other people on each side of the field.
Because it's already hard to focus on that many anyways.
Yeah.
I lose the ball half the time.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know what's worse, a football where you lose the... Is it harder to lose a football or a puck in hockey?
Puck in hockey.
Yeah. I can't watch hockey. My head hurts. I get a headache from trying to like figure out where everything is. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think you told me that someone told you when getting into hockey, don't watch the puck, watch the people. And that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I watch the puck because it's like, oh, they're about to score, but usually you want to watch people getting checked into the walls, and that's what makes it fun.
Kind of like why you watch NASCARs for the
people watch.
If you watch NASCAR, I don't watch NASCAR.
But people watch NASCAR because they're like, oh, someone might crash.
Yeah, like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, 200 mile an hour car crash. That's
entertainment.
Yeah, seriously.
Are we better though? We watch blood sport.
That's
literally guys are paid to beat each other up.
I mean, they signed a contract.
They know
what they're getting into.
We're no better than the Romans, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're better. We've never seen anyone die.
That's true.
So, and no one's ever fought a lion.
No, and no UFC fighter has died.
Yeah, no.
There has been accidents in other organizations.
In the lower organizations, though,
but there's been more deaths in the NFL than there has been in UFC.
In UFC?
Yes.
Wow.
So do you have, all right, Tim, so we're pretty much at the end of our first ever. If people like this, let us know. Maybe we'll continue to do it on this channel, or maybe we'll make our own.
Start a new channel.
Maybe do a YouTube channel, or we'll do a podcast, which we would upload to like SoundCloud.
And iTunes.
Yes, and
iTunes
iTunes.
is free, right?
Yes, iTunes is free. Do you have any final statements before we leave?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I mean, I definitely enjoyed it, so I look forward to doing it.
And I feel like
It was a lot of
we
fun.
were a little nervous. We didn't know what to say.
Right. Well, I mean, it's the first.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
We'll get
The
more
relax.
laughs. We'll get better. We'll tell more stories. We have some pretty hilarious stories that I don't even think some of our parents know about. That we kind of like, not bad, but just like hilarious that we're just like too embarrassed to tell our parents. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll come clean one day. So thank you for watching.
Yes.
If you stay to the end of this,
However long.
maybe boring, maybe not. We'll see how you
Hopefully
feel.
not.
No. Later days.
Right. Peace.